Have you ever had a feeling in the morning when you're getting ready for work saying, maybe today I don't want to ride the bike or I don't want to take the car? Have you had that feeling? And do you pay attention to these feelings?
100%. I have. There have been times when I've not listened, and
Give me an example.
things have happened. Actually, that was not to do with the bike. The one I can tell you most recently was a few years ago. I was doing some woodwork stuff at home. I was cutting up some. I had collected a whole bunch of chopped bamboos, and I wanted to make something out of it. So I was using an angle grinder. It's dangerous using an angle grinder. I shouldn't be using that to cut bamboo and all, but it was the quickest way for me to do it at that point. And I just had this feeling, and I had gloves on. I was wearing thick pants, everything, whatever I could do. I was wearing goggles, everything. But it was in the back of the house. It was not an organized place, and I was using a fairly powerful tool. And so I'd taken all the precautions. But throughout the whole thing, I was just like, and I continued until one point where I'd just gotten into the groove. So I was in this flow. So you would think you were the sweetest spot, and then just this little I still have the glove. The blade went through the glove, so it must have been that far away from the finger.
Ooh.
And angle grinders are famous for
Yeah.
taking stuff off.
Yeah.
So that's the most recent one I can tell you. On bikes, there have been, even on cars, there have been times when I've just been like, should back off. Most of the times I've listened, but I can't recall anything right now. But this, as an instant, in an instant, I can remember this one.
Yeah, so today morning was like that. I started by looking out at the weather and it was this weird weather, okay. It's dark, but it's not raining. The ground is dry. And I checked my usual selection of weather apps. And they're all like light rain today. And, I check metadata, which is like the airport data. And the airport is all minus RA, minus SHRA, which means there's no serious rain coming. And I'm packing the raincoat and I have this feeling, there's some mistake. I'm making a mistake. And I don't know what it is. Is it the rain that is the mistake, not wearing the raincoat? That I don't know. And about 2 kilometers later, I take off from an intersection and I distinctly remember that all the vehicles started veering to the right because the left has gravel on it. And I'm on the multistrada, right? So I'm like, oh, it's clear. I open the throttle and an auto comes and hits the bike. He's jumping the light
This happened today.
in the morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So basically he tipped the bike over. He didn't fall at that point. He tipped the bike over.
Shumi, clearly you're okay. How's the bike? I'm sorry.
Bike is also okay. No, that's not the issue. Lots of interesting stuff happened today. So he hit the bike and it went like this. And at which point it's too heavy to hold on to. So I'm now just going to hurt myself. So I just let the bike go. And I basically walked up to the auto guy and he's like recoiling. I said, no, I'm not going to hit you. I'm just asking, why did you jump the traffic light? It's such a busy intersection. And he says, it's the bus guy. He was on my case to jump the light and he wouldn't stop honking. You know how those bus guys use their air brakes, right? So he comes like, so he's just been doing that the whole time. So I said, okay, now come on, get out. So he's like, I said, no, help me pick up the damn bike. What is wrong with you? So we picked up the bike. I was in the middle of the intersection, obviously, lots of traffic around. So I started the bike, took it to the other side of the intersection, parked, looked it over. Okay, couple of scratches, no big deal. I got on the bike. And first Josh calls. Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. Everything okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm on the bike. I'll call you later. Oh, you're riding already? I said, yeah. I cut the call. I cut the call and Shivi calls. Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. Are you absolutely sure? Yeah. Where are you? I'm on the way to work. I'll see you in 10-15. You're absolutely okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I cut the call. Tanya calls. Are you okay?
You've set up a system.
I am like, there is something happening today that I don't fully understand, right? She cut the call, Akash called. Turns out, my crash detection was on.
On what?
On the watch.
Oh.
It detected the crash successfully. And it sent SMSs to all of these people with location saying, crash has been detected, Shubhabrata Marmar, etc. This is the location. It called emergency services on my behalf. It has been sharing my location for the last 4 hours until I realized it was still sharing my location with emergency services. So then I had to cancel that part. And the funny part is, when I looked at the watch later, it said, see your medical ID. It says, see your review your emergency contacts or whatever. It doesn't have an option but to say, I am okay, we can stop doing the emergency now. But interesting thing is, I crashed, it figured it out, and it let a whole bunch of people know that something has happened. which obviously prompted me to call the phone number, which I thought was an incredible sequence of events to happen.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. The other thing that happened is it didn't change my mindset right after the crash. I didn't ride worse right after the crash. I wasn't nervous about it, which I thought was an interesting thing because normally you drop a bike that size, you're a little bit like, whoa, right? And I had like a good ride. But it reminded me of two things, okay? One, pay attention. If your intuition says today is not a good day to take a motorcycle, just don't take a motorcycle. And I've been on the wrong side of this before also. Today was one of those days where I didn't listen to it. I had this feeling. And if you have had something like this, leave us a comment, tell us what happened. The other is, there was a sequence of garbage trucks on my right, followed by a sequence of buses. And I was at the left edge of the road. I had no visibility on the right of this intersection. And it is such an easy mistake to make. Because you know what I said about, oh, there's gravel there and nobody's going to go there. And then everybody veers to the right. And I'm going for that place. And the one place where I have a huge blind spot right now is not behind me. It's here.
Right.
I couldn't see anything of what was going on here. And basically there was a bus and a couple of two-wheelers and the auto just appeared. I had no warning that it would be coming.
Correct.
Which I'd completely forgotten about. So today I learned something again.
Wow. When was the last time you fell off the bike? How long has it been?
Long time, actually.
Refreshers every now and then.
Long time. I think the last bike I dropped was also a multistrada.
Okay.
The press bike.
Acha.
I think we were shooting off-road and I was making a U-turn and it was cambered or something. And then I touched the
Off-road
front
doesn't
brake.
count.
I touched the front brake and tipped. And it tipped like down. Like the handlebars lower than the wheels. No way. I can lift that thing up by myself. No chance.
Off-road, that's normal. I mean, that doesn't count.
No, and I fell in front of a small chai shop. Like a rural road, dirt road. Chai shop, one customer having chai. So he's picking up the chai. There's a multistrada coming. Multistrada goes. Multistrada falls. No reaction, no movement, nothing. So I basically stood next to the bike like this until somebody from the group realized, hey, he's not come back, something must have happened. And somebody came and helped me lift the bike up.
Okay.
I think that was the last time I dropped a bike.
Okay, so are we talking about falls today?
No, it was just that intuition wala feeling, the feeling that there's something today that is weird and that you shouldn't be doing something. And we often ignore it. And increasingly, the more, and as irrational as that sounds, the more I do this, the more I say, when that intuition kicks in and says, not today, then you just don't do it.
Yeah. Shumi is always like that. He's always kidding around and also dead serious. There's a lot more of that style of conversation on the main MotorInc channel, so head out and catch the full conversation.